SMT Nation, we back. Big time update. This is probably going to put a lot of smiles on people's faces. Before it was very doom and gloom. We felt really negative towards the sentiments of this. But this update impacting current AT&T customers, possibly those that are prospective customers that might want to move to AT&T. The 5G Plus service, which I think a lot of you are familiar with by now, those that watch the content here on the channel. 5G Plus is AT&T's naming for their mid-band 5G and millimeter wave 5G. Now, with the mid-band 5G, they've got two dedicated, um, I guess, spectrum assets that they bought recently. The traditional sense, like upper C-band, I suppose, 3.7, 3700. That, they've got like, what do they have? 80 megahertz of that in most places, some places 100. And then they bought more spectrum in the following auction, which sometimes referred to as DoD, 3.45. Your phone may or may not support this band. And maybe you got an older phone, it doesn't support the 3.7 either. So you might be upgrading. This doesn't impact you. But if you bought a phone, a 5G phone in the last year or two, a lot of people were thinking, it wasn't going to be supported for the 3.45, right? The lower part of N77 as opposed to the upper part, the 3.7 of N77. All right, so this conundrum has been haunting us, right? We want to see if last year's iPhones, previous year's iPhones, we know the new ones will be supported, right? We know the 13s will be supported. Now we know a couple other phones. We'll talk about some Androids in this video too. All right, we've got good news for you guys here. Okay, so the iPhone 12 generation and the 13 and the upcoming 14 are going to support the full N77 spectrum portfolio. That's the 3.45 and the 3.7. You are good to go. There's essentially probably just going to be a software update. It'll update the firmware for the cellular frequency radio band, and you'll be good for the go. And the nice thing about that is you're going to probably start to see more throughput. They've got the 80 megahertz for most individuals of 3.7, and then you add the 40 megahertz of the 3.45. Now you're talking 120 megahertz of combined frequency. And in that case, in its current iteration, NSA, they can use the 100 megahertz channel. And they can start to, do carrier aggregation. Those opportunities widen the channels, and you get more carrier aggregation combos. All right, so this is good for iPhone users, right? We haven't really talked too much about the, 5G plus iteration for Androids, but there is some good news for the Android users of the world as well. All right, so there were concerns about the Samsung Galaxy S21 and S22 lines. We knew the S20 wasn't going to be supported. It goes too far back. But we do have confirmation. Samsung Galaxy S21 Gen and the S22 Gen, they are supported for it as well. And for those that are Google Pixel users, your Pixel 6, your Pixel 6 Pro, and let's just go ahead and throw in the 6A should be good for the go as well. I think we are all set. If you have any of those phones, let it ride. All right, you are good. The Ultra, the Folds, the Flips, whatever, those generations are covered. You will be getting access to the full spectrum portfolio. All right, now this is good news. A lot of people are going to see faster speeds, more capacity, which could be meaningful in a lot of situations. There could be a time where a 40 or 80 megahertz channel of N77 could become congested in a very densely populated area, especially in instances, where you're at concerts and larger venues with a lot of users. If there's no millimeter wave support there, every bit of bandwidth helps. So you can get that extra combination of mid-band, that extra spectrum comes in handy. Now, this could be saving people money for now. For people that upgrade every 3 years, maybe they bought the iPhone 12. Maybe they bought the Samsung Galaxy S21, right? And they probably felt like, oh my goodness, if this spectrum is not supported on this phone, or I should say if the phone doesn't support this band fully, I feel like I got screwed. And I don't blame them. Some people upgrade their phones every 3 years. Some people upgrade every 2 years. Maybe for the individual who bought the S22, they weren't going to upgrade, for another 3 years or something. Or if you bought the iPhone 12 and you upgrade every 3 years, right? You were going to wait another 2 years without access to the spectrum. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is great news. This is big. This is major. It's a major AT&T network update. It's a win for the customer. It's a win for AT&T. I think it's good all the way around. I don't see this being a bad thing at all. But again, it goes to show you how things get upgraded very quickly. spectrum auctions happen, and you got to get new devices that support new frequency bands that come to market. So just a reminder of those things. That is never going to stop. So stay on your toes and keep it locked here on the channel as we have more updates like this. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more. Turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload. Links in the description for my Patreon page. Support us there and get early access to content and exclusive videos not found anywhere else. My Twitter handle is there, and my Gmail address for all business inquiries. And please, just business inquiries for that email. You want to reach out, contact, interact, please do so on Twitter. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.